Hey YouTube, I'm back at it again with a review. This time with a new drone that I got for Christmas. It's a UDI RC HD Plus. As you might be able to see, I've already kind of crashed it and ran it into a few things. They tell you not to fly it inside the house, but I tell you it will fly inside the house. Just know it very well. Um, so what I wanted to do is kind of show you guys a little review of it and give you some footage quality of it. I know this is not like a Phantom 4 or the Mavic Pro or anything like that, but this is a good entry-level beginner drone for, you know, about $130, I think it was on Amazon, something like that. It is all made out of plastic. It's got the guards around the blades, so you're able to crash it into things and not, you know, ruin the propellers or anything like that. Unless you fly it upside down like I try to do sometimes and run it into the floor. Anywho, my first impressions of it, I think it's really cool. I think it's fun to fly. I mean, it's a pretty sweet drone for somebody who is just looking for the fun of it, not really like a video quality thing, even though it does do 720p. It doesn't do the tracking, it doesn't hold itself steady mid-air, the camera doesn't rotate, there is no gimbal or anything like that on the bottom half of it, which I'll get into in a little bit. But it is a fun drone. It is very easy to fly, it's fun. It gives you the basic ideas of how drones should be flown and how the controllers do work. Some features of this one is that it does do photos, it does do video, it does 720p videos. It's got a 2.4 gigahertz radio system. It's got a high and low speed for the forward controls and stuff like that. It does have an LED in the front of it, right there. You can see. Gives you an idea of what way is forward facing, lights up the area around it. It's not super bright, but it's bright enough to tell. It does come with a 4 GB memory card, a little micro SD, LiPo batteries, and a USB charger, and it's off of a 6-axis gyro system there. It really doesn't weigh anything. I mean, it's super light, but I think that it is within regulations for at least Utah that I have to register it as a drone. I haven't quite done that just yet, but that's something I got to look more into. Flight time is about 6 to 8 minutes. You really don't get much out of these teeny little batteries. They do charge relatively quickly, and they give you 2 of them too, which is nice. I've got one here in the drone currently, and then I've got the spare. It does come with a USB port charger, and it will charge both batteries at the same time, so you can plug it into your car, your iPhone charger, you know, just anything USB related to your computer, and it will charge with that. It does have an indoor hovering, but I haven't really had success with it, I can say. It hovers, but it kind of tends to just wander off one direction one way or another, but I think that has to do with how I'm calibrating it. That could be it. But the camera is, like I say, it's a 1280 by 720p camera, 30 megabytes per second on it. It saves it in a JPEG format. You can stick in, if you want, a 32 gig memory card. That's what they recommend is the highest memory card to go with that. The distance on it is 80 meters. Again, nothing like the Phantom 4s where they seem to go for miles, it seems. But it goes, like I say, it goes far enough for somebody who's just wanting to have fun with a little toy drone. And you know, I flew it above my house and I was able to see the roof of my house and stuff like that. It is pretty cool. It's pretty cool to see. The one thing that I don't understand is why they put microphones on these drones. I mean, the Phantoms, maybe, I don't know how quiet they are, or the Mavics, I have no idea. But this thing just whines like crazy, so I honestly, like I say, I have no idea why they stick the microphones on there. But to give you an idea of how well this camera is and the quality of it, I'll go ahead and insert a little video so you guys can see just how good that camera is. But moving on to the controller of this, the controller portion of this drone, it's pretty dang simple. I mean, you just got your throttle, and then you have, you know, your left, right, forward, and backwards. They do have what they call as a headless mode, which means you don't have to base this off of the front of the drone. You can base it off of away and towards you, you know, in your right, your left, no matter what way the drone is facing. This control will base it off of what way it's going away from you or towards you. But there, yeah, there's the throttle. It is kind of tricky sometimes, because if you just give it a little bit of throttle, it raises up super quickly. And then other times, if you do it just a little bit, it really doesn't do too much. So you just got to play around with it. You got your camera button, you got your video button, you got the speed of it, and the function. And they also do have a return home function. And then they added a little feature on this drone, and I'm still trying to figure out why, but they added in a flip button, so you can do a quick 360 flip with it in the middle of in the air. If you're recording, it doesn't really make any sense on the video, but I mean, if you're playing around with it, just having fun with it, then yeah, I mean, I can understand. But and as you saw in the video of me flying, I was able to get up pretty high. Again, not as high as the Phantoms or the DJIs or anything like that, but it got high enough that I was able to see the rooftop of my house. I could see the backyard, and it seemed that once it got a little bit higher up in the air, the controls got a little less sensitive, and then when I was coming back down, the controls got super sensitive, and the drone kind of just wobbled back and forth, as you might have noticed. But I did end up flying it into a tree. Like I say, I'm a beginner. I am trying to just figure out, you know, this whole drone situation, as you can see from all the scuff marks on my drone. But it is fun. It's like I say, it's a beginner's drone, and it's been a blast so far. And I think my wife for getting it for me for Christmas, just a little toy to play with. But it does have the LEDs on the bottom of each of these wings, or on these propellers. It's got the lights down and below, so it kind of indicates your battery levels and stuff like that. The camera on it does not rotate. Like I say, there's no gimbal or anything like that. And I tried getting this one to kind of rock up and down just a hair. I don't know if you guys can see that at all, but I tried to get it rocking up and down just a little bit, but I wasn't really able to get it to move very much. So that's the thing that I was kind of saying about the video recording, is you kind of got to have it high enough that this is pointing at you, and if you go too low, then you're not going to be on scene or anything like that. So it's kind of an interesting little camera, but I mean, it works pretty good. The video quality for such a cheaper end entry-level drone is actually pretty good. But that's my initial review on the UDI RC HD Plus. Like I said, I got it on Amazon. I think it was like 130, something like that. Really good price drone. It's been a lot of fun. You know, this will give me my crashing drones out of the way, so I don't wreck like a Phantom if I ever get one, or the Mavic Pro or anything like that. I'll let this take the beating of it, because it's meant for it. It's built for it, kind of a thing. But I thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned, subscribe, like my videos, and I'll have a lot more reviews going on. I'll be taking this up in the mountains to go jeeping, and I'll see what I can do up there and see if I can get any good footage with it, just to play around. And I appreciate you guys watching, and see you next time.